COO of IQ Manufacturing. We're a manufacturing company based in Auburn Hills. We specialize in machining prototype parts for aerospace, defense, concept vehicles, all different industries. We do some automation work as well. We like to joke we'll cut anything from titanium to foam. Anything anybody will pay us to cut, we'll cut. We use a broad scope of things because we are a job shop and so many different things come through. All your standard clamps, your standard, Kurt vices. We use a lot of those. We do occasionally make some nests and stuff like that to do some B-side work. But most of the stuff we do is pretty standard. Oftentimes when you go to do B-side work and cut on the second setup, fixturing can be difficult if you have a irregular part shape and you don't have two parallel surfaces to clamp on. That's where the vise really helps. We used to make soft jaws until we got this vise. Now we've moved away from that. Some things that are larger, that are too big for that part, we still make soft jaws every now and again. But now we have this, it really is eliminated like 85% of that. If you have a really hot job that somebody needs in one day, you can start cutting on the front side and don't even have to worry about like how you're gonna hold the back side, because often, you have to worry about that, then cut the custom jaws. So you'd either need another machining center or you have to wait in line, like, hey, you cut the front side, then cut your soft jaws, then flip it over to cut. So now you don't have to do that. Now it's cut the front side, cut the back side, you're done. So like when you get those rush jobs, when you have like 1 or 2 days to complete a job, it permits better workflow. We're a job shop, stuff comes through the door and it kind of erratically, like I get a call in 5 minutes, somebody says, hey, can you help me cut this? I need this cut, it's due in a couple days. Well, we might be booked up out there. Yeah, and we have times we can like jockey some stuff around, but I might not have 2 machines sitting open. I only have 1. So then I got the 1 open, I can start cutting on their part and I don't have to worry about setting up to cut 2 soft jaws. So instead of cutting, 2 setups, I was cutting 4 if you think about it, because you cut the front soft jaw, the back soft jaw. Now we're just cutting the top and the bottom of a part. Works a lot easier. It's less messing around. They don't have to design stuff like how I'm gonna hold this. It's a much more elegant solution. You're just like, hey, here's my part. Okay, I'm gonna cut this side, then I cut this side second, and I know the Adaptix will hold it. You don't have to think, well, I gotta design this, and I gotta go check in the back if we have aluminum. There's not a great solution to be like, hey, I'm gonna make these soft jaws and talk to people for excess capacity in other departments, or like you have to stop what you're doing and you don't want to pay an expensive machinist to be like going to find where the soft jaw material is in the back. We used to do a lot of prep to create soft jaws, so the stock was ready to be bolted in, but it was ready for machining. But now we don't have to do that prep work. You're getting a job done in 1 day instead of a day and a half, because you don't have to stop to make the soft jaws. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention, and aluminum's not that expensive, but it's still something. It's still 50 or 100 bucks in material to make those. And then you have to spend the hours to cut them or design them in the CAD and everything else. And then that's just another thing you could mess up too, so it reduces errors by not having to make the soft jaws. Those guys have to pick up and set up those soft jaws when they cut them. They could do bad pickup or cut them incorrectly as well. It's just a more profitable way to process work. The learning curve's short. I mean, any person in like 30 to 45 minutes can really get a pretty firm grasp of how the thing works. It's not some huge boot up. We have some tools out there. It takes a guy, it's like 2 or 3 days to figure out how to use them. The concept there, the way the Adaptix works, is like so elegant and simple. It's capacity. It's like our throughput's increased. It all just leads to like, hey, you're more efficient, you're faster lead times, you can get more work through the same amount of machining centers. That'll help your bottom line.